So, I want to share with you a few strategies that will help you to be able to build an organization that has a strong culture that actually will help to drive the next phase of growth for your organization and help your people to be at their best, to elevate their well-being levels. There's three things I want to share with you: how you can change appreciation in your business, how you can create better boundaries, and the last one is how you can create better centers of connection. So, the first thing I want you to think about is appreciation. How do we appreciate the people in our business? I want you after this to go back into your organizations and ask, what are the systems of appreciation that we have in our organization that are actually driving the outcomes in this business? I've recently worked with a sales organization over in Silicon Valley. And one of the things that we talked about there was their goal was to build a more united culture. And while we went in and we did leadership coaching for their exec team to help them to align better and work together, nothing was going to change unless we went back into the system. And what they had in their system of reward was individual quotas for salespeople. And what that was leading to was kind of people who were very invested in their own success, but they wanted a united culture. So what we had to do was we had to change how they measured success. So instead of having individual metrics, we then created regional sales quotas. We created team quotas, and that drove them to work together, collaborate in partnership, and that is what fundamentally shifted the culture in that organization. So after this, please do go back and work on thinking about what are the systems that we have in our organization and are they actually shaping the outcomes that we want. The next one is boundaries. So think about those three balls I talked about earlier, the things that we want to protect. How can we create that psychological safety in our organization? How can we make it a ritual and actually systemize and helping people to actually talk about the things that matter to them the most? So this is the washing instructions exercise. I know it sounds a bit crazy, but I'll just explain it. So in any garment that you have, there'll be a label in there. And that label will have a set of washing instructions. And it will say things like, wash me at 30 degrees, or don't tumble dry me because I'm too delicate. Well, what if we all came into an organization with our own set of washing instructions? What if we actually had a one-pager, like you can see on the screen here, where we could actually walk in and say, these are the things that I like to do. This is how I like to work. These are the things that I'm working on. These are the things that I would like help growing on. We could essentially then make it a part of our system and the way that we work, where people are able to be themselves, where we understand as leaders how to get the best out of our people, where essentially we would have much higher degrees of psychological safety and people would be able to set their boundaries to be able to do their best work. And it's a great tool that you can use in your team meetings. You can use it for onboarding. Some of my clients use their washing instructions and they attach it to their emails so that everybody in the organization knows what each other's washing instructions are. But it's a great way of actually starting this conversation. And the final one is connection. How do we actually foster that connection? Connection needs to run throughout the organization, which means that we really need to start at the top level. We need to start at that exec level. The question I always ask CEOs is, do you have a group of leaders or do you actually have a leadership team? Because it's not the same thing. Often we will have, head of marketing, head of sales, the chief revenue officer, and they're all brilliant in their own departments. That's why they got to the top. Well, sometimes not, but hopefully most of the time. But that doesn't mean that they are a team. That doesn't mean that they know how to work together. And while I know it can sound really strange right now, where we're so busy and we're so run off our feet, and I'm about to say to you, one of the best things that you can do is actually take that leadership team, stick them in a room for 2 days at leadership offsite. But what will happen is they will learn how to work together as a team. It will up-level the strategy within your business. And when they learn to break down their own silos, the rest of the silos will start to disappear in the rest of the business because it is being role modeled from the top. This African proverb I'm sure you've heard before: if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
I help businesses scale from 100 million to 500 million by helping them to build a united culture. My name is Sharon Parmar. I am the CEO of Humanity Works Consultancy, an award-winning culture and leadership advisory firm. My culture operating system, Stronger Together, will help to embed trust and resilience across your organization in 4 easy steps. Number 1, I will diagnose the culture and capability gaps in your business that are holding back your growth. Number 2, I will design you an evidence-based growth system. Number 3, I will coach your leaders and teams to be more united, but also upskill their capabilities so they scale as fast as your business does. And number 4, I will give you the tools to embed trust and resilience across your organization. If any of this is relevant to you, get in touch.